So now you have to go to the peace talks. So you have yet to see a cutscene of Kokomi, which is interesting. Is this the cutscene that they're gonna use right here? The peace talk cutscene? If that's the case, that'd be very lackluster, and I think that, and I feel like Kokomi will be kind of cheated on that, because I feel like when it comes to character cutscenes, it's something that has related to that is like focused within that character, you know. So I really hope they don't use the peace talk for Kokomi's cutscene. I think that's such a cheapskate move, in my opinion. But we'll see. Damn, it's all set up. Also, I was wondering when they're gonna use the spot. I was wondering. Like I know there's a commission here and everything, but it's about time they actually use this spot for something important. Also, there's Sada again. And also, hey Sada, you weren't there for Kujou when Kujou called, you had to legit hold responsibility. Almost died because he took a duel against the Shogun. What are you doing, huh? Okay, I won't judge. She's busy with us.
It's been a while, Kujou Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
Hold on. First off, I saved your ass from even the worst situation from La Senora. Don't talk to me like that, Sada. Anyway, I'm here to witness the peace talks.
That's right. He's here to bear witness to the proceedings. He experienced the war between us firsthand, and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it. The first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels in Narukami waters. We intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
That's fine, but if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority.
Oh god, this is kind of trigger.
In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi, and the same has been true for your people on arrival to Narukami. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to engage in inter-island commerce. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro Commission full authority.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize everything centrally would work in your favor.
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou Commission.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
You Kujou scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us. Comrades, never trust the Kujou. Let's get them.
Are you kidding?
Protect Madame Kujou.
Stop them first.
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73?
Paramount, you're not helping.
Which one is it?
They're standing down. She knows.
Kokomi! Which scenario number is this in the directives?
Trust her.
The last one, but hold off for the
Wait, what?
moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu. Situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujou, this is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now! Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the
Kokomi,
war
you
against
sly
Watatsumi
snake.
Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little.
Oh.
Then we'd see how it went. With
Clever.
respect, ma'am. There was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone from
This
Watatsumi
is very
Island
clever,
even found
Kokomi.
out about it,
This
I have
is
no
very
idea.
clever.
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us?
Yeah.
You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one.
Damn.
We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please, grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
But of course, Madam Kujou, I have every confidence in your ability to resolve this situation. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command at this time.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now, but we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujou Sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should be smooth sailing from here on out.
I never knew the Grand Strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator, as well as a formidable commander. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather taxing.
You don't say.
I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you. That way, you can capture them all in one fell swoop.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now. Until we meet again.
Your Excellency,
Let's discuss it after we get back.
That is really clever. I think I know what Kokomi was planning. You know what? That is really smart planning on her part. My guess is... I have an idea. Like, it's just like a speculation. Is Kokomi trying to guilt trip the soldiers and she's gonna expose them right then and there? She's gonna guilt trip them once the peace talks are over. She rushed to end the peace talks like that. So they're saying that they're gonna hold it off for now. Not on the battlefield, no less. And she conspired with Kujou Sara and those two soldiers specifically because Sara looked at them and she was smiling. And not just that, it seems Sara knew about this as well. She looked at the two soldiers that were conspiring against the Tenryou Commission, and the Watasumi and Kokomi as well. You're about to guilt trip them, aren't you, Kokomi? I mean, if that's the case, that's really clever.
You knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your means.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our efforts going to waste? I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory, even if it means I have to pay the ultimate price.
That's not your
I
decision.
understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement, but you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each day. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water and don't need you dragging them back underneath once again.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will, but never how to let it go.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. It was ours. Our selfishness. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any and all threats to the peace of our island. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join, but be warned, the training will be grueling. Perseverance and grit will be in high demand.
Your Excellency, what are you saying?
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujou clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those who pursue war. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive and well, I invite you to embark on the most challenging training regimen of your lives. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Damn.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency. We'll report to General Goro right away.
Kokomi, you are so
I think that's
clever.
finally everything in hand. I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Meet you back at the hideout for some rest?
Yeah. You desperately need a break. How long did it take for you to come with that complex strategy, huh? Damn. That caught me off guard. Actually, well, I mean, I wouldn't say caught me off guard. I kind of predicted this would happen. So, in a way, she takes responsibility, points out their mistakes, gives them something that's related to the... What is it, like war training and everything? So she guilt tripped them. I mean, that's clever on Kokomi's part. And you know what? I cannot be more happier. That was really funny and very smart for her. She really is a grand strategist. She's too big brain.
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi Island once more.
For now. How are your energy levels?
Recovering. Slowly, but surely. I should be raring to go before too long. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I've improved, but I still get nervous when more than a handful of people are involved. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time.
You did an admirable job.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's expected of a divine priestess.
Hey, one step at a
In
time.
the past,
Don't push
I
yourself.
was concerned only with winning the war, restoring peace, and making sure everyone could live a happy life. But I realize now that wasn't going far enough. People have all kinds of aspirations, and just as many measures of happiness. I have a long way to go. But that's okay. If I can't make the journey in one giant leap, I'll just have to settle for taking it one small step at a time. In short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on Watatsumi Island? To keep me company for a while longer?
That's the end for Kokomi's character story quest. Not bad, I have to say. Let's talk about this for a bit because I have a lot of things to talk about here. So I'm glad that we're actually given more explanation on Kokomi's character story quest, Kokomi's character as a whole. Because honestly, I feel bad for Kokomi for multiple reasons, not just as a character. But her situation right now, and when it comes to story quest, she is... How do I say it? Like, when it comes to innocent character story quest, we had 3 before Kokomi. And that was Ayaka, Yoimiya in 2.0, and then right before her, Raiden Shogun in 2.1. And those were like pretty solid story quests, and I specifically said that it's gonna take a lot to beat Ayaka's. Yoimiya's was very close, and Raiden Shogun's was decent, but definitely not my favorite personally. So the Kokomi lived up to my expectation fully when it comes to the story quest as a whole. Not the character, but when it comes to just overall story quest, that the story quest lived up to my expectations. Unfortunately, as much as this makes me sound like more of like a jerk, I'm sorry, but Kokomi's story quest was unfortunately not as good as I hope. I'm gonna be a bit critical here. When it comes to Kokomi as a character, I'm glad that we actually learn more about her backstory. That's what we want. We want to learn more about the character backstory, but I specifically meant growth. I think this is gonna lead into something that's gonna be happening with Kokomi, or something related to Kokomi. And my guess is going to be Kokomi Story Quest Act 2. There's so many things that point towards an Act 2 happening. I don't know when, but I don't think this left off at a satisfactory note because we have yet to see growth. We have yet to see her change in a way. She says she has to mature. and which makes sense. She is young. She is young after all, for the Divine Priestess. And overall, I find the story quest to be quite lacking when it comes to character development. One thing I really like about Kokomi is actually is that we actually learn more about her personality as a strategist, not as someone that's dependent. That's people that is so dependent on. By the way, screw those people. But don't screw those people. Like, that's not a nice thing to say. But that just came up. That just came randomly. Sorry. And overall, I found Kokomi's way to adapt in situations very impressive. I think that just proves that she is not just a really cool character, but she is an absolute badass. I specifically stated when, like, I mentioned this to my friends before when we were talking about it, because I normally don't record reactions to the trailers and everything. Maybe I should one time. And I specifically said that Kokomi is a badass for, you know, being so into strategy, like coming up with multiple plans, thinking 10 steps ahead, and coming up with different end results that make end results, and picking the best one for Watatsumi Island. Because when it comes to strategy, you need to think 3 steps ahead. You cannot think 2 steps behind. You need to understand what the enemies. You need to understand when it comes to enemies' motives, whoever that may be, and the situation you're in right now, and the best possible outcome when it comes to everybody involved. Yeah. This probably could be relevant sometime later. But the way Kokomi handles that is so, like, clever in a way, like the character. And I think it's really funny how she basically just absolutely just baited everybody that conspired against her will. And Sara was like, oh, this is when it starts, right? And she just stood down for a bit, and she trusted Kokomi's plans. And look how it ended up. Things gets pushed back for now because that's the best option when it comes to crazy radical soldiers wanting to cause war. And that adaptation is really clever. Not just that, but it's also very symbolic to Kokomi's element, which is Hydro. Water is an element of adaptation, and it's the element of adaptation after all. And Kokomi perfectly, like, represents that. So Kokomi's character is awesome. I'm just sad about her growth overall. Just she didn't get too much when it comes to, like, growth change and everything, and change of personality. I wish they did more with that with that, honestly. And overall, I think this was nice. Like, I would say this was satisfactory. Was it the best? Not by a long shot. I still think Aika's is the best. Ganyu is close. Ganyu and Yume are close second tied. And Eula being third. So it's like I said, like, my expectations when it comes to character quests are, like, pretty high up. Especially after seeing Aika's story quest, I think that was very executed excellently, I think. But MiHoYo's getting there. MiHoYo's getting there. They're understanding like characters and everything. You know, like, Kokomi is a really well-run character, and I can't wait to see more of her. Unfortunately, I won't pull for her because I rumors of 2.2, but that's 2.2. So that's going to be it for the story quest. I'm sorry for rambling throughout the entire time. I'm like so into analysis and everything when it comes to characters that I just have to say it, like, up front, you know. So what's next for character story quest? I have no freaking clue because 2.2 we only have rumors of reruns and no new characters. The only new character that's confirmed for 2.2 was a 4-star. I believe that's Toma. In case people are somehow don't know who Toma is, he is the person that works under Ayaka in the Yashio Commission. So that's the only new character, and he's a 4-star. So without he's getting a character story quest. So what's next for character story quest? I have no freaking clue. Because I am just as lost as anyone else. So But we're gonna get to that when we get to that, okay? And so, how do you guys feel about Kokomi's current story quest? Do you think my judgment was right on when it comes to judging her story quest? Do you think I was kind of off about a few things? And how do you guys, and what's your opinions on Kokomi's current story quest? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think it could have been better? Like, leave your comments down. I'd be glad to read them because, you know, I'm always up for discussion when it comes to characters, honestly. Unless they're about Aika, because Aika best girl. But beyond that, thank you so much for watching. Just feel free to leave a like and subscribe to more Genshin content because there's definitely going to be more. And I'll see you guys when the next character story quest happens, or whatever happens, because right now, my style when it comes to videos is a bit wonky. I'm planning on smoothing that out for a bit, so like by every update, you know, just making sure things works well. But that'll be it for now. I don't want to leave you guys here any longer. This has been ACairconditioner signing out. Have a good one, guys.